introductions to make. We're going to start with our editorial board. We have a couple people, I believe, in here from our editorial board. If you're here, will you please stand? Is Brad is going to be here now? Okay. We do have an official here that I know of. We have Julie. Julie Alexander is here tonight, so we'll thank her for coming. Did Patrick come in as well? Patrick Birch? Wonderful. I thought he was here too. Very good. Thank you. And then we have our sponsors. And of course, we couldn't do this without all of our wonderful sponsors. So we want to make that known that they are just the best people that help us with this event. So we have Bond & Company, CP Federal Credit Union, the Craft Agency, 106.9 Home FM, Michigan International Speedway, and the Jackson Chamber of Commerce and Experience Jackson are all here to help us with this event. So thank you very much. There are others that do help us with this event as well, and we have a special thanks to all of our businesses that help us. Of course, CCC Catering tonight for the dinner and Commonwealth Commerce Center for this wonderful venue. If you have not been up here yet, this is an amazing new venue, and it's just wonderful to look out and see the city of Jackson. We also have the Jackson Rental Center, Ivan Framed, LTI Printing, and AG Chocolates for the chocolates on your table. Those are amazing as well. So we want to thank all of those other people that have also helped us with this event. Now tonight, I'm going to pass off the microphone. Our MC for the evening is Chrissy Siders, President and CEO of CP Federal Credit Union, and she'll also be introducing some of our other presenters tonight. So I'd like to turn the program over to Chrissy.
Thank you. Welcome, good evening. How is everyone tonight? So actually, every time I have to stand behind a podium, I'm a little worried. Because as you can tell, I don't have a lot of stature to me. And so I thought I might need to tell them to either get me a step stool, or my husband likes to give me a booster seat just to be funny when we go to the movies. But I did notice that they gave me silverware my size. So if you haven't had an opportunity to go over and get a dessert, the caramel one is to die for, and they have Chrissy size silverware. So it's actually a little too small. I felt like I was feeding my child again. So welcome, so excited to be here. I do realize that last year I actually was out of town and we had an opportunity to do a portion of the presentation, and actually Sarah Ermatinger, our Senior VP of Marketing and our Chief Culture Officer, was able to help give away an award, and I thought, well, how funny is that? Because typically when Sarah and I are together, we kind of look like the movie Twins. Do you remember that movie? So Sarah's up here up front. She's like, I'm gonna kill you.
I know, but I could stand down.
So she could stand down and we would be even. So I have to wear high heels when we go together, and I make her wear flats. Of course, she gets to be Arnold Schwarzenegger, and I get to be Danny DeVito. So this is one of my favorite events that Jackson does. It's kind of like our Oscars or our Academy Awards. I have prepared my rendition of Shallow in case Bradley Cooper comes through those doors. So we need to make sure we get a piano. I practiced like the head leg, where we have a moment, and so I've really been hoping that that happens tonight. So, this signifies the best of Jackson. That's really what we're here to celebrate. But more than that, to me, it signifies how great Jackson truly is, right? I mean, that's really what we're here for. Businesses are being awarded as the best of something, but in reality, it's the people, it's the humans that operate the businesses, that choose to bring their businesses to Jackson and to keep their businesses in Jackson, that really we want to celebrate, because that is what is going to make our community even better than it is today. And I've lived here my entire life, and it just keeps getting better. And so really for me, that's what we're here to celebrate. It's more than an award. It's about the winners, the people that are nominated, and all of us collectively sitting in this room to make Jackson what it is today and what it will continue to be, and I'm excited for that. One of the other things I love about this event is that at CP, we have a purpose, and that's to inspire the pursuit of a life well lived. And we have a mission to cultivate legacy-defining moments for the people and places that we serve for generations to come. And I can't think of a better place to come together with a group of people that share and align with that same purpose and mission that we as an organization have. So the best of the best are in this room, and we get to honor some of you tonight, and so I'm excited to do that. So I'd like to start actually by introducing two of tonight's sponsors that will be helping hand out the awards. We have Rachel Buchanan, and she is the General Manager of Home.fm. So Rachel, if you'd join me up here. And then we have Robert Hemig, and he is the Senior Manager of Corporate Partnerships at MIS. So if you'd come up too. All right, so who's ready to get started with the main part of the program? Excited? Yes. All right. So we're going to go through the awards in alphabetical order, just because it's fair, I guess. And all winners are certainly welcome to say a few words. We'd love to hear from you about, what your business is doing and really what you're doing to further the Jackson community. So I think they thought it was fitting to have a credit union CEO first start with the best bank. Why not, right? We're all friends. We're all friends in this room. So we have the finalists for the best bank: County National Bank, Flagstar Bank, and Huntington Bank. So I need someone who's going to be my drum roll people, and I feel like it has to be the chamber. Yeah, I knew that they'd have it. All right. And the winner of Best Bank is Flagstar Bank. Congratulations. They'll give you your award if you want, and you can just come up here and... I'm going to take a photo out. I have to cover up the rest of this because it tells the winners. I don't want her to look at it and then tell. Our table, CP, has anyone else done this? Circle who they think is going to be the winners in each category? Bet a dessert on it. That's what we've done at our table.
Well, thanks everyone. I didn't really have anything prepared to talk about tonight, but I just want to thank everyone that voted for Flagstar. We're a great place to work, and I think a lot of this goes to, like Christy said earlier, my team at all the branches, and just everyone's hard work and dedication. So thank you very much. We appreciate it. Congratulations.
One round of applause. All right. I will tell you, I noticed a theme because I've known the winner for about a week. I kind of have used or have a relationship with every winner, but I did not vote 5 million times for these people, but I thought, wow, this is kind of cool. So the next up is the Best Body Shop. So the finalists: Art Main Collision Center, Jim Winter Collision Center, and Trips Auto and Collision Center. Thank you. And the winner is Trips Auto Collision Center. Come on up and say a few words. I've had many vehicles fixed at Trips. Many, many, many vehicles. Not because I get in car accidents, but because other people hit me. It's always their fault. Always their fault.
So, where am I standing?
You're in it, yep.
Good.
Excellent. Hand the mic over to you. I know. How long of a speech have you prepared? Because Flagstar kept it kind of short. They kept it kind of short. Under 20 minutes, so someone set your timer.
Thank you so much. And just on the Jackson theme, just a little story. I have a friend of mine, a real close friend, that went off to college, and it was about 6 or 7 years ago, and he said, "I am so glad to get out of this stinking town." He said, "I hate it." I said, "You gotta be kidding me." He said, "I know you believe it." He said, "But you love Jackson, but I hate it." Well, I can tell you, he's graduating college, and he's moving back, and he's visited every summer, and he says, "I absolutely love Jackson. I just can't believe I didn't like it." So I just want to say, it's about the people from Jackson and how kind and courteous they are to people. And thank you so much.
That was impressive. Way less than 20 minutes. Way less. I have to say, I have had nothing but the best experience with Trips, and highly, highly recommend them. not to get in an accident, but they fix your vehicle. So next we have best breakfast, which is a really fun one, I think. So we have Chilango's Broken Egg, a really good restaurant. Roxy Cafe, and the Wooden Spoon. I have many, many years of history with the Spoon. I went to Western, and on every half day we would head over to the Wooden Spoon, and so some really good nominees in this category. The winner is, thank you. I know, she's paying attention, good one. Roxy Cafe. There's someone here from Roxy Cafe. So the cinnamon rolls at Roxy Cafe are the size of your head. If you have not experienced Roxy Cafe, you need to, because it really is the size of your head. So our family does this thing every year where around Christmas time we take our girls, they're almost 18 and 16, and we take them to local restaurants in Jackson. We want them to understand chain restaurants are good, but there are people who are putting their hard work inside of running businesses in Jackson. And actually, two of the locations that are actually nominated this tonight, we took our kids to on this past Christmas. One was Roxy Cafe. We ended up there for breakfast, and yes, we did have a cinnamon roll the size of our heads. And the other one was Oak Tree, when we took our girls there for lunch, and they absolutely loved it. So love the local businesses. Come on up and say a few words. How do you get the cinnamon roll the size of your head?
It takes overnight. It's an overnight thing. But I just want to thank everybody, all of our customers and our employees, especially my dad, for starting such a great place 42 years ago. It was 1976 when he started it. So we're just kind of carrying on his legacy. And hopefully we're making everybody proud and doing what we have wanted to do.
Absolutely, not a doubt about that. So 42 is actually the age that I will be this year. Ironic story, everyone saw that Luke Perry passed away. How many women who were in their teens, in their 90s, are saddened today? So I showed my husband a meme last night that said, husbands, if your wife grew up as a teenager in the 90s, check on her. We are not okay today. And we're not. It's been a sad moment. So he was a good dude. So next up, best electrician. We have the finalists are, wait, we have the finalists. Man, you screwed that up. All right, CP, I'm gonna need you to help the chamber with the drum roll. All right. So best electrician. Aladdin Electric, Cochran Electric, and Hearst Electric. Now, drum roll please. Thank you. The winner is Hearst Electric. They're all looking at each other like, who's going to go? You go. No, you go. No, you go. One can go over there, one can come give a speech, you can do both. You give the speech, I'll give this. Oh, well, she was like, oh, you get the photo up, you can give the speech.
You don't want me to talk, because dinner will be cold.
Listen, he held it to like 2 minutes.
We need a
Tripped
picture
it.
with both of them in it.
You do need a picture with both of you. All right.
Oh,
Tops first.
well, we certainly appreciate this distinct honor, that's for sure. And as a community-oriented company, which we've been that way since the beginning of this company. And I'm always doing anything, and my daughters are always doing everything. My wife's always doing it. Everybody in my family is doing everything to make this community a better place. I'm impressed with Jackson, especially as of late. There's tons of projects going on. Patrick Bird sitting over there, he's been just a master at this and making this happen. We can't say thank you enough for what's going on in Jackson. We can't say thank you enough to the people of this community. And I can't say thank you enough to my daughter who now owns the company. So, Jill, you want to say anything here? Oh, come on. By the way, I'm the beauty of the organization. She's just the brain.
No, I just want to say thank you to everybody that voted, and I just think this is a great thing that you guys do, that the magazine does to honor, businesses like ours in Jackson. I think it's amazing. Thank you.
I would definitely say thank you to your family for the work that they're doing in our community as well. All right, we are up to Best Insurance Agency. Nominees are the Kraft Agency, which has a lot of my money, not gonna lie. My agent right here, Caleb, we had a great conversation about just how much insurance I have, and I said, what can I do to reduce it? I think he wanted to sell something, but he put himself together. The Richmond Agency, another great insurance agency. And then the Walton Insurance Group. And the winner is the Kraft Agency. This is nice, you guys all dressed in blue. Everybody. Was this a theme? Yeah, it was like you wanted to wear it everywhere you go, you represent. I like it, it does.
Thank you, everyone. We really appreciate it, and we appreciate everyone who voted for us. And we wouldn't be the best if it weren't for the employees that we have, the friends that we have, the family we have, and the clients we have. And we just celebrated our 95th year in Jackson, and we're into 96, and we're looking forward to a bright future. And thank you to Jackson Magazine. Thank you very much.
Wear your blue, everyone. You look nice. You look good. You look good. Thanks for being my agent, Caleb. You do good work. Appreciate it. He does good work. Yes. And he didn't tell me to sell anything, so that was a bonus. All right, best public golf course. This is a tough one. We've got some really great golf courses in Jackson. So the nominees are the Cascade Golf Course, Ellis Sharp Park Golf Course, and Haggard Hills Golf Course. Great. All right, and the winner is Cascades Golf Course. This is my favorite part. Everybody's pointing at each other going, no, you go, no, you go, no, you go. She just literally shoved him out of that chair. Took that up there. All right, come say a few words. You could work for the Kraft Agency. You're in all blue. You could, if the golf course thing doesn't pan out. They're hiring.
Well, I want to thank everyone. Thank you to Jackson Magazine, and thank you to all Jackson for voting for us. Jackson is known throughout the state as being one of the best golfing towns in Michigan, and I believe we have 19 public golf courses in the county, which is one of the highest, if not the highest, per capita in the country. And we really do have some phenomenal golf courses in Jackson. So this really means a lot to us. So thanks again, Jackson.
You guys don't want to hire him to sell Jackson on golf courses. I felt like he did a really good sell there. That was impressive, for sure. All right, this category is really fun. Best signature drink. That's fun. So our nominees are Beach Bar and Restaurant, the Grand River Brewery, and Clavon's Pizzeria. The winner is Clavon's. Listen, I don't know what drink won, but I was there over the holidays, and what is it, Shelly? Okay, Blackberry Mule. But let me tell you, I had a drink there over the holidays. It was some sort of caramel apple heaven in a glass. Has anyone had that beverage from there? It's a sangria. I didn't even get to the end of what it was. It was just so amazing. Highly recommend it. I don't know if it's a seasonal thing. I'm sure that it probably is. But it was heaven in a glass. You drank it and you had no idea that you just drank heaven in a glass. But you did. So, sorry, but I'm sure your Blackberry Mule is amazing.
Hi everyone, thank you very much. First of all, I just wanted to thank my table over there. We wouldn't be who we are without them. And also to Justin Claiborne, who allows us so much creative freedom. He's at home with his new baby girl right now. And we also wanted to thank Jackson Magazine for recognizing this category too. It's really awesome that this is introduced as a category this year and that craft cocktails are up and coming in the Jackson area and recognized. It's just really awesome to see. We take a lot of pride in what we do at Claiborne's. We fresh squeeze our juices every day. We make our simple syrups in-house. We try to provide premium spirits and local whenever we have the opportunity to. Our end goal is to make sure that you get something that's original and unique and something that you've never tried that's fresh and high quality. So we really take a lot of pride in that. And also I have to thank our bartenders too. If you've ever met a Claiborne's bartender, you know they're super passionate, super hardworking, and they're really fun to sit back and have a conversation with while you're enjoying a cocktail. So, and to answer the question that you're all wondering, Mason is opening at the end of March. So we're shooting for the last week of March. We've been working really hard on that, and we're excited to have you guys all maybe venture out there too, and thank you for the support in the Jackson community over these last 12 years. So thank you very much, Jackson Cheers.
I didn't like Claiborne's enough. Her description of how who wants a beverage from Claiborne's right now? That was amazing. And just so you know, if you see someone stalking the Mason Claiborne's, it is my husband. He works in Mason, and every day he has come home and told me, they did this today, they did that today. Like, I literally have watched the growing of that Mason Claiborne's through my husband, and I'm pretty sure he's gonna gain 100 pounds. But I'll still love him, I promise. All right, best soup. This is our final category. How fitting, since we're living in the frozen tundra. And pretty much soup has been my staple in my diet for the last 8 weeks. Anyone else? Panera. I did go to some Panera to get some soup. So, our finalists are Beach Bar, Oak Tree Lounge, and Shorty's Kitty Cobb Deli. Not named after me. All right, a really, really good drum roll, because this is the last one. All right, the winner is the Beach Bar. Congratulations. Come on up and tell us how you make that yummy soup, because we know what soup it is. It's so amazing. Is it top secret? Can I pay you to get it? Oh, she'll tell me later. You can pay me, and I'll let you know what she tells me.
All right, I'll make this short and sweet because we both don't like talking. That's our hiding over there. We just want to thank everybody that voted for us, everybody that supports us. It's a third generation family-owned restaurant. We haven't been doing it for over 70 years, but they have, and we're really proud. We make our homemade soups every morning, and something we're really proud of, and we just love being in the Jackson community. So thank you guys.
That soup is a whole bunch of yumminess thrown in. Add the cheese and the croutons, and it's heaven and bowl, for sure. So that actually concludes our award ceremony. Congratulations to all of our winners. Let's give them one more round of applause. At the end of the program, we'd actually like to have the award winners. Are they going in the hall or the dance floor? Okay, dance floor to do the Running Man with me. I can do the Running Man, can't I, Chamber? Mm-hmm. No, Shelly says no. Yes. Oh, I guess it's a picture. It's for a picture. I like the Running Man better, and I'm talking old school Running Man, not like little kid, like new Running Man, because that's not the Running Man. Anyone agree with me? Yes. All right. So I want to thank Rachel and Rob. They already snuck down and sat down, helping to present the awards. Let's give them a round of applause and thank them. And I'd love to invite Robert Kraft back up, president of the Kraft Agency. because I want to talk to him about how I can save some money. No, I'm just kidding. Caleb's doing a great job. Give him a raise. Give him a raise. No, he's really going to give you some closing remarks.
Thank you, everybody. I need to get my glasses on and I need to get my notes out. I want to thank Jackson Magazine for putting this on. I want to thank Shelley. I want to thank the other finalists in the insurance category. And Jackson's very fortunate to have some really good insurance agencies in town. What I need to tell you now is that my name is Bob Kraft. It's also known as Robert Kraft. And I'd like everybody to realize that I spell my last name C-R-A-F-T and not K-R-A-F-T. I have never been to a day spa in Florida. In fact, I didn't even know Florida was a state until 10 days ago. However, I do own the New England Patriots. That out of the way, there's one common theme that I noticed tonight about all the winners, all the finalists, is the generational aspect of all of these companies. And I want to talk a little bit tonight, very briefly, about obviously the Kraft Agency. And in 1923, our grandfather, Merrill Kraft, along with his brother Ray, Merrill, by the way, that's my middle name, which I don't happen to like it, but he's a great guy. They started the Kraft Agency, and it was down on South Jackson Street in a small little building, and they were selling insurance and real estate, 1923. And they went through the years, and then Ray passed away, and they started focusing solely on selling insurance. And so that went on, and then it went on back into the 1950s. And in come my father, Bob. His last name is spelled C-R-A-F-T too. And his brother, Jim, my uncle, and they came on board. And again, the company started to grow. Eventually, they moved from South Jackson Street. They went up to West Michigan Avenue. And you guys remember the address? It's well, I know 7-something, but anyway, it was bigger. But then I think in 1976 they bought the Bloomfield Mansion, which was across the street from where the second Kraft Agency was. And so they moved in there, and the business continued to grow. At that point in time, I was in high school, and my dad's passed away now, so I can say this safely. Although my mother's here tonight. There was a pool in the backyard, even though it was an insurance agency. And you take a high school kid and his buddies and dates, where do you want to go? You want to go to that pool in the back. And your parents don't know about it. Right, Mom? Okay. So it continued to grow, and eventually, and then it outgrew, and eventually the employees grew, and we had people that were literally working in closets at this old mansion. And so in 2005, we built where we are today on Spring Arbor Road. And prior to that time, obviously the third generation came along. First my brother Rick, who's here tonight, myself, and then my brother David. And that's where it's gone. So, how do you summarize all this generational stuff about the Kraft Agency? How do you summarize the generational stuff about everything that this community has and has to offer regarding all of these businesses? And for our 95th, David wrote an article for Jackson Magazine. And I thought the last part of that article was very appropriate because we are in our 96th year now, but I'm going to read it and I'm going to close with that. So it said, so much has changed in our community since 1923, but the one thing that remains steadfast is the Kraft Agency's commitment to Jackson and the philosophy instilled by Merrill, Rafe, Robert, James, Rick, and Bob, and David, to do the right thing and everything will take care of itself. That was one of my dad's favorite sayings. It's been our privilege to serve this community for the last 95 years, and we're in 96 now, working with clients in good times and bad and helping them through claim situations, watching their businesses grow and change. We could not have endured 95 years but for the support of Jackson and its citizens, and for the hard work of all of our employees now, and they're here tonight, 2 tables full, and in the past. And we humbly thank you and look forward to what the future brings. Read that about the craft agency, for certain that's true. But without question tonight, every single company in this room, you could have substituted the craft agency and put your name in there. And that's what this community is about. That's what this ceremony is about. That's what these awards are about. Thank you, and good night.
You know, it's interesting because we started with that theme and we ended with that theme. And with that comes a very large responsibility for us as Jacksonians to carry it forward and to continue that good work that the craft agency has done for 96 years, or any other organization that sits in this room has done. And it is real when you step back and you step away from maybe the lowest cost solution, whatever is coming to you on the internet, whatever might be the next best thing, and you just take time to spend a little bit of time with those people that are your friends or your family, and you create relationships and business partnerships out of that. And that's how we ended up with the craft agency. You know, Caleb is a friend of ours, but for us, we were with one of those internet insurance companies, and I said, that's not right. You know, they maybe have met our needs in some way, but that's not right. And Caleb saved me a lot of money. So that did have a little bit of an impact. But beyond that, we have to be really, really good stewards of our community and the work that we're doing in our community. And every single person represented in here is absolutely without a doubt doing that. And I'm so thankful to be part of the Jackson community because of that. So one more time, I'd like to have all the winners stand for a final round of applause, please. Stand, your whole table, not just the person who came up and got the award. Important piece is if you recognize every single person that came up here, recognize that it was not them that did it alone, but it started with Flagstar saying it's our team. It's the people that are surrounding us that are doing the good work and bringing the good work to our communities. So congratulations to all. Thank you for coming and helping us celebrate this year's Best of Jackson winners. The new Jackson magazine is available on the registration table also, or will be really shortly. You can pick one up on your way out, but you can also view it online tomorrow at jacksonmagazine.com. We'd like to have a couple of representatives from each award category that won, each winning business, come to the dance floor for the Running Man. I'm just kidding. For a group photo. We do invite you to stay a while, network. The bar will be open. Spend some time just networking and getting to know each other. Meet someone that you don't know, ask some questions, learn more about each other, and let's continue to go do the good work in Jackson. Thank you and have a great night.